Hello everyone. In this video we're going to go ahead and begin animating our character here. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this little diagram here. This is from Richard Williams, the Animator Survival Kit book. And he has many walk cycles in here, but I thought this one is probably the easiest one to sort of wrap our heads around. So these are our main poses, and this is just for one step. We'll have to cycle through and do the so we'll have to do this entire diagram twice in order to get our full walk cycle through. So we're going to run through this. We're going to do the contact pose. That's where we're going to start, and let's go ahead and get into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to grab my foot control, and then I'm just going to drag it back, and I'm also going to bring down the root control here, and then I'm going to go ahead and do a left ball raise and bring it even further back, and I'm going to just press S for set keyframe. We're all pretty familiar with that. Now I'm going to go ahead and bring my front foot forward, and I'm going to bring the heel raise up, and then I'm going to press S. Okay, I'm going to skip to frame 4, and now I'm going to replicate, and I'm only focusing, by the way, on the lower half of the body at the moment. So now on frame 4, I'm going to bring my heel raise down to 0, press S, and I'm going to bring my ball raise to 0, but then I'm going to increase my toe raise. And I'm going to just shift it a little bit further back. And my down pose, this should come down a little bit more. And on my up pose, or my contact pose, should be a little bit higher up. And here, and I'm going to copy 1.138, and then here is going to be 1.138, and then S. Okay, so I just sort of adjusted it ever so slightly. So that's what I've got so far. 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 4, and then 7. So now I'm going into my passing position. I've gone ahead and done my contact and my down pose, and I'm just focusing on the lower half. And now I'm going to go to my passing position. So in my passing position, this foot should be about here. And this one give or take here, but I'm also going to have to raise this, and I'm going to bring this to actually 0, and I'm pressing S every time I make a movement to make sure I don't lose anything that I would like. And I can always change my tool settings on this to be, instead of object, I can change it to be on world. So something like that. Alright. So, step. Okay, so contact down, passing. And now we're going to go to our up pose. So our up pose, I'm going to bring this up and just kind of rotate it around. Bring that down, like so. And I'm going to press S. Oop. I actually needed to be on my next frame, so make sure you don't make the same mistake. On my up pose, this foot's going to slide a little bit back, but I'm also going to add a ball raise to it. And then my front here, I'm just going to rotate that there and sort of give it a little bit more rotation and bring it back just a little bit and bring this up just a little bit. So now I've got contact, down, passing position, up, and now I have to do contact. So here I'm going to bring this down a little bit, and on this one it's going to be at Y and rotate 0, and I'm going to give it a heel raise, and then I'm going to bring it over, and I'm going to bring this one a little bit further back, and maybe a little bit more on the ball raise, and I'm going to bring this down a little bit more, and that's going to be my next contact pose. So a lot of times, a lot of people like to just make sure in their side viewport that when they play this animation, I'm going to bring this to 30. Alright, and thought I had to sneeze there for a second. And now I'm going to just double check, and I'm going to press 5 on my keyboard, and then 6. And I'm going to turn shading and wireframe off. Shaded and X-ray joints off, and X-ray off. Okay, so contact down, passing position up, and now I need to bring this down. And heel raise. Okay. So now I'm going to run through this one more time. I have contact, down, passing position, up. This needs to come up a little bit more. And this might need a little bit more ball raise. And maybe even here. And then contact. Okay, so we've now finished one full cycle on just the legs on our animation so far. So now we need to recreate all of these poses again, just with the opposite foot leading forward. And we already have the opposite foot leading forward. So you'll notice here, my right foot is leading forward, and here, my left foot is. Now I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing. So I have my contact position here. Now I'm going to go to my next frame at 16, and this is going to be my down pose. Bring this down. This will be 0, and this will be 0, and then we'll do toe raise, and we'll also bring the leg back a little bit, and I can even bring it a little bit higher on the toe raise. Something like that. Contact, down. Maybe I want to bring this a little bit further down. Contact, down. And now I'm going to go into my passing position. Okay. So I'm going to bring this back. And I'm going to give it a ball raise. And now, bring this way, and like so. And this upward. Okay. Maybe a little bit more on the rotate here, and a little bit more here, and I'm going to bring this up a little bit. And now I'm going to go ahead to my next pose, which is my up pose, which means I'm going to bring this up. And on actually my contact here, or my passing position, I don't need that to do that yet. Here, I need this one to go ball raise, and I'll bring it back just a little bit, and this is going to come forward. Turn off the rotate for now. Okay, and then something like that. Okay, and then on my last pose, 25, what I can do is I can highlight each one of these controls. I'm just doing the left foot, the right foot, and the root control. I'm going to middle mouse button click from here and drag to frame 25, and then I'm going to press S. And I should have a very clean walk cycle. So I'm going to go ahead and right click here, and I'm going to do Playback Speed. Play every frame, max real time, that's fine, or real time is fine also. And then now I'm just going to go ahead and hit play. And it loops pretty well, and he's walking pretty good. So that's really all I'm looking for the first part on this lab, is just the foot controls animating and the root control. And then we're going to go into next we're going to do the arms. Alright, so thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned for the next one.